So Ben Appleton, I'm originally from New Zealand, been in the UK for about 6 years. So I've been in recruitment for probably most of that time, 5 years or so, mostly in the professional services space. So work started at quite a large recruitment firm for about 3 years, and then sort of two more boutique focused recruitment firms. To give a bit of an introduction, so I founded Strat-bridge Search about 3 or 4 months ago. And they are a search agency focused on recruitment, headhunting for the management consulting space. So do quite a bit of work in Germany, probably the majority of my work, also London as well. So recruiting anything from sort of senior consultant to partner.
Cool. And when did you first start to think about starting your own firm? Were there any triggers or light bulb moments?
Yeah, good question. It's always been in the back of my mind and something I wanted to do, but probably been thinking about it maybe a year before I actually joined the platform, Recruit Hub. And then, had a conversation and that sort of propelled things along. I was going to push out the launch, but after a few conversations with Edmund, one of the directors here, I decided it made sense to sort of capitalize on the market and sort of just go ahead with it. So very happy I did it. But to give a bit of background there.
Amazing. And when it came to partnering with Recruit Hub, what were the main reasons for deciding on working together?
Yeah, good question. So I spoke to multiple competitors of Recruit Hub just to really do my due diligence and research in the market to understand sort of different value propositions. And I think two reasons that I decided to go with Recruit Hub, and they were very clear, to be honest. One is sort of the people and the professional expertise that they have behind them. Like I think I had multiple conversations, and not once did I feel like I was being like aggressively sold to. It was all just like quite casual, genuine conversations. And look, this partnership's going to last for many years. I really wanted sort of on a personal level to get along with sort of the key people there. So one, that's probably like the important bit. And then two, looking, work in recruitment, the finances are quite important. Looking at the financial model compared to other platforms, I think this was definitely the most favorable and fair platform in terms of, win-win for both sides as things scale. So those were the two main reasons. And then thirdly, I'd say just to add is just, I think looking at the projections that in terms of the business model and how things would turn out, it's sort of, year 1, year 3, year 5, on the scale of things, it was very clear that Recruit Hub had sort of, I think, the best likely outcome in terms of success and scaling a company. So those 3 points I think equally contributed to this conversation today and us talking about Recruit Hub.
Fantastic. And how much of your time have you been able to spend focusing on generating the pipeline and revenues since launching on the platform?
Yeah, good question. Like in all honesty, I'd say definitely about like 90%. There still are a few things that like I have to do, just to make sure the operational side is compliant and running smoothly. But essentially, it's all been more focused on sort of the revenue generation, candidate client engagement, and essentially just giving a good service to both the candidate and client network that I have and that I'm looking to sort of build upon.
Yeah. And where have you valued input the most? Where do you see the value as you scale the business in the future?
Yeah, so I think 2 points are important there. So one, as sort of mentioned earlier, is that sort of more personal engagement with the Recruit Hub team. Like they've been through this many times. They're helping to scale a number of companies at the moment. So they understand the pain points, and they understand the pain points that you're going to have now and those that are going to come in sort of 2 to 3 years' time as well. So that is definitely an important point. And then the second is more around like a technology and just introducing a lot more automation into recruitment processes, to be honest, that I'm used to, but I can really see the value in terms of saving me time and sort of, adding to that overall brand and making it look professional, essentially.
Yeah. And finally, with your business successfully launched and trading, is there any advice that you would offer to recruiters that are a bit hesitant about setting up?
Yeah, I think it's probably the classic one, to be honest. And it's just like, just do it. I hate to take a
Yeah.
very well-known sports brand, but like I was looking at like an 18 to 24 month time horizon in terms of my launch when I initially had conversation with Recruit Hub, and I minimized that quite quickly and comfortably down to about 4 months or so.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just because I had a bit of hesitancy around the points mentioned earlier and the more operational side. But essentially, after a conversation or many conversations with Recruit Hub, they made me feel very, I guess, confident and comfortable in terms of, look, let's just do this now. In recruitment, it's sort of golden handcuffs to a degree. Like you're always going to be walking away from some sort of compensation, bonus, variable, whatever you want to call it. But I think the potential in doing it under your own brand and taking sort of the majority of that take and put it and reinvesting it in the business is a lot better than, taking a portion with a much bigger company. So yeah, pretty classic sort of advice there. But I think it is just, engage with the Recruit Hub platform, back yourself, and then just do it essentially because you're doing it anyway. So doing it under another brand that you own is probably more, it's definitely more sort of, it's just a better feel, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, amazing. It's been lovely chatting to you and wishing you lots of luck in the future.
Cool. Sounds good. Appreciate it.